The Wise Child. Wila lived in the peaceful village of Oakhaven. While the other children spent their afternoons racing through the narrow streets or splashing in the creek, Wila preferred to sit quietly by the great well, listening to the rustle of the leaves. People called her the Wise Child because she always looked twice and listened carefully before she spoke once. She didn't have magical powers. She just had a very quiet heart that allowed her to see things others missed. One Tuesday morning, a giant shadow stretched across the village square, turning day into a strange sort of twilight. A magnificent azure hawk, as large as a small cottage, descended from the clouds and landed right on top of the golden town clock. Its heavy talons gripped the clock's hands, and with a loud metallic creak, the gears stopped moving. Time itself seemed to freeze in Oakhaven. Mayor Bramble was not a patient man, and he certainly did not like it when things stopped working. He marched into the square, his bright red cape fluttering behind him like a warning flag. "This is a disaster," he bellowed, waving his arms at the sky. "If the clock doesn't tick, the baker won't know when the bread is done, and the mail will never arrive. We must fetch the loud drums and the cannons. We will scare this beast away with a great big noise." Before the villagers could run for their drums, Wila stepped forward. She placed a gentle hand on Mayor Bramble's sleeve. "Mayor Bramble," she said softly, her voice steady despite the commotion. "The azure hawk did not come here to fight. If you frighten such a large creature, it may lash out and damage our beautiful tower. Please, give me until sunset to find another way to help it move." Bramble grumbled and paced, but he respected Wila's wisdom and agreed to wait. Wila hurried to find her best friend, Koji, who was the most adventurous climber in the village. They met in the old library and spread out a dusty, giant book of ancient creatures on the floor. "The azure hawk only stops where there is trouble," Wila whispered, tracing the drawings of birds with her finger. Koji nodded, his eyes bright with curiosity. "They are known as protectors, Wila, but why would a protector want to stop our clock?" Koji took his brass binoculars and climbed the tallest oak tree on the edge of the square. He squinted through the lenses, focusing on the bird's shimmering wings. "Wila!" he called down, his voice hushed but urgent. "It isn't attacking the tower. I can see it now. Its left wing is caught in the heavy gears that stick out from the clock's face. It isn't trying to stop time. It's just trying to stay perfectly still so its feathers don't tear." Wila knew exactly what to do. She gathered a small pot of slick sunflower oil and a long wooden staff. With Koji's help to carry the supplies, she climbed the narrow, winding stone stairs inside the clock tower. They reached the tiny circular window right behind the golden clock face. Through the glass, Wila could hear the hawk's heavy, rhythmic breathing and the soft, frightened clicking of its beak. Wila carefully opened the window and leaned out. The azure hawk turned its massive head, its golden eye focusing intently on her. "I am a friend," Wila whispered, her voice as calm as a summer breeze. She reached out with her staff and gently poured the sunflower oil over the jagged metal gear that held the bird's wing captive. With a steady hand, she used the end of the staff to nudge the metal tooth just a few inches. With a sudden, smooth swoop, the wings slid free from the gears. The azure hawk let out a magnificent cry that sounded like a silver bell ringing across the valley. It spread its wings wide, so wide they seemed to touch the edges of the village, and rose majestically into the golden afternoon sky. As the weight left the tower, the clock's hands began to move again with a rhythmic tick-tock, tick-tock. Time had finally returned to Oakhaven. The villagers let out a thunderous cheer as Wyla and Koji emerged from the tower. Mayor Bramble stepped forward and apologized for his haste. He presented Wyla with a small, hand-carved medal shaped like an ear, to remind everyone that listening is the beginning of understanding. Wyla just smiled and took Koji's hand. She knew that wisdom wasn't about being the loudest or the strongest. It was about having the patience to see the truth that was hidden in plain sight.
Hey friends! Wait! More exciting episodes are on the way. But before that, don't forget to hit that like, share with